Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Shawn Anthony, and you are in for a treat. We are back with our exclusive Extra Credit Fridays. This is where we jump and we go back to those iconic conversations with some of our most amazing guests. And today, listen, we are back with the one and only Laura Belgray. This is a fan favorite. If you're watching the show, Laura talks about the importance of emails, not just any emails, but how to write them and get people to actually open them up. The original episode, if you want to go back and look at this, guys, the original episode is called How to Get Anyone to Read Your Emails. And we talked about the best subject lines that people will actually open, how to build trust with your audience, and how to get people to purchase your product with just using a simple email. Grab your pen, grab your paper, however you take notes, and apply these actionable tips. And enjoy this week's Extra Credit Friday with the one and only Laura Belgray. People are listening to this right now, wanting to get their emails open, wanting to get them read, wanting to get paid, wanting to be that inbox hero that you talk about, right? So break it down for our audience. What are some tips? Give us 3 to 5 tips on how people can go from nobody reading their message to people opening it and purchasing their products, and most importantly, becoming a part of their community.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I like to make every email that I write to my list feel like what I call an EFAB. That's an email from a bestie. I think it is the most important thing to sound like a human talking to a human, and more than that, a friend. Because think about first the way we go through our actual mail. If anyone still picks up mail from the mailbox, which you should on occasion, there might be something important in there. We take the stack and we hold it over the garbage can. We go junk mail, junk mail, junk mail, junk mail. Something for me. Junk mail, junk mail, junk mail. Something for me. Yep. And that something for me is so exciting when there's actually an envelope with handwriting on it, and when it's real handwriting and not fake, from a credit card company. And so that's the exact same way we go through our inbox. We scroll through it going junk mail, junk mail, junk mail, junk mail, something for me. And a lot of it is stuff that we signed up for. And most of it we skip, even though we signed up for it, until we hit something that's so intriguing and so compelling at a glance. And that feels like it's from a person to us. Like it actually feels like, oh, this was written to me. This is, even if cognitively we know this is a newsletter, if the subject line and preview text, which I'll talk about in a second, say broadcast that this is from a person to a person, and feels like it's from a friend, then we will open it. So subject lines are key. Right. These are how we get our emails open. I can talk about the content of the emails too. First thing,
real quick with the subject line, right? So many people are like, all right, Shawn, she said it. What subject lines are you seeing are working the best? Like, are they subject lines that are like personally saying people's names? Yeah. Are they subject lines that are like a call to action? Like, what are you seeing work the best in terms of subject lines?
Okay, so what works the best for me and what works the best on me when I'm looking through my own inbox are subject lines that are written very casually and informally. If the subject line is written in title case, let's just start there. Title case meaning the first letter of each word is capitalized, like a book title, skip it. I do not open it. And I never send anything that looks like that, that's formal like that, because it screams newsletter. And things that are in terms of, so I like to write informally. No, I don't even capitalize the first letter sometimes. I write it in the form that I would write a text, where we've gotten really sloppy, right? But I take that sloppiness and I send it to my list, because now texts are how we receive messages from our friends. So I like to take that form and put it in and use it for the subject line. So you might see no punctuation at all, and definitely no capital letters. That's my style. It might not be right for you. But in terms of what kinds of subject lines work for me, it's not so much the straightforward, like, here are 5 tips to, jack up your open rates. It's not so tactical as it is usually intriguing, mysterious, um, maybe a little bit of conflict and story in the subject line. So one of my most opened ever is have to cancel. And
Oh
then I
man.
think it might have had a frowny face. Yeah, something like that. And then the body of the email is, so everyone opened that. They were like, "Oh, is this for me? What are we what's canceled?" And the body of the email was about how those were my favorite 3 words to hear, because I love it when plans are canceled. So it was just all about that. Another one that's really popular that is part of a launch sequence that I do for Inbox Hero is dude, just dude. And people open it, they're like, dude, what? So things that you would write to a friend. And then
Wow.
sometimes I'll put things in, like sometimes I'll get really crafty and use the person's name, because you can personalize your subject lines.
Yeah.
So it might be like, so and so's emails, like Anthony's email. So you get one that would say Anthony's emails, and you'd be like, what about my emails? And you'd open it up and say, and another one that I have is, would say, I'm in love with Anthony,
Oh, that's smart.
and in quotation marks. So quotation marks can work really well. I have a whole guide to subject lines, like my 33 most open subject lines. If your people want that, if you want me to give it as gift.
Oh yeah, we
Um,
could put it in the show notes. I like that idea. That's
okay,
great.
awesome. Yeah. So it's non-sucky subject lines. It's my 33 most open subject lines and 4 that tanked and why. Plus templates to make your own. So they're all different kinds there. Some are more instructional, imply that there's going to be something tactical in there. And some are just totally mysterious and intriguing, but it just has to have a little bit of friction and conflict in there. For instance, something quirky like, um, why I love blueberries. Meh, who cares? I don't care why you love blueberries, even if that's a quirky thing about you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it has to have, I mean, it might be, I was almost killed by a blueberry, and that I might open.
Yeah, because then I'm thinking, yo, something life threatening has happened.
Yeah. You want stakes or something, some kind of grit, some kind of friction in your attention in the subject line that makes us have to open it.